welcome to my channel. This is Tasty J. Today I am eating Dunkin' Donuts. You can probably tell from the thumbnail though. I'm not actually planning on eating all of these. I actually got them for my family. So I'm probably just gonna eat one of them, but I also got a sandwich and some matcha. So I'm just gonna get everything set up and then we'll eat. Okay guys, so like I said in the beginning, I got some donuts, I got a sandwich, and I got iced matcha latte. So I have never had I'm not really a Dunkin' Donuts girl. I'm usually into like Starbucks. So I've never had their iced matcha latte, but I get this all the time at Starbucks. So this is gonna be my first time trying it. It's not bad. I would get it again. Obviously, I'm gonna be biased for Starbucks because, like I just said, I'm a Starbucks girl. So I got this sandwich, and it's a croissant, and it has cheese and their black pepper, bacon, and then it has an egg on it. So I'm just gonna take a bite. I mean, this isn't nothing new. I've had this once before. So, you guys should probably have it too. So, like I said, I'm more of a Starbucks girl. That's just what I basically grew up drinking. And from what I remember, Dunkin' Donuts wasn't really around, like in the area I lived in when I was younger. We just had, like in terms of chains, we just had Starbucks and Caribou. It wasn't until more recently that I remember seeing Dunkin' Donuts around. The thing about this is, it's good. It has a little sweetness to it from the bacon. Like I said, I decided to get donuts for my whole family, but I took the strawberry one. And also, I have some of their munchkins on the side. I've never had these. I mean, I know they're just donut holes, but they were so cheap. I was like, I have to get them. I think that I got 10 for like not even $5. And you don't get to, they didn't, you know, you don't get to choose. They're just assorted. So I don't know what flavors these are. It kind of looks like it might be blueberry. Yeah. So I was trying to figure out what to do. I didn't know, like, what I wanted to eat today. But I'm actually filming earlier than I normally film. I normally film around like lunchtime. I normally film like I normally film like around lunchtime, but today I'm filming earlier because I'm supposed to be going to a library book sale or a library book bag sale. So it's going to be taking place at the same time that I normally film. So I was like, let me do it earlier. But then I was like, what should I do? And I was like, well, since I'm doing it earlier, I might as well do breakfast. So I'm doing it in the morning right now. So for those of you that don't know what a library book bag sale I don't even know the official title. For those of you that don't know what it is, though, it's basically like libraries will, like they get books donated to them that they don't want or need, or they have books of their own that they're, you know, taking out of circulation, I guess, or they're just old copies. And they have these like book sales, so they sell those. And I don't know about like other libraries, but like for like in other states or anything, or even cities, but for my area, what they do is they have the bags, the book sale for a certain time, so like 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or something like that. And then for like 1 or 2 hours in the middle of that time, they will have a bag sale. Excuse me. So I don't know if in other states when they do a bag sale, if it's just all a bag sale, or if it's like that, like it's a book sale and then they designate a chunk of it, of the time, for a bag sale. But basically, during the bag sale, you either bring your own bag or they provide a bag for you, and you can fill this bag up, and then you will only have to pay a certain price for the full bag. So I never even knew this was a thing until TikTok. And me and my mom were both seeing it on TikTok. So we were like, oh, we should go. My mom is really into books. Like, she has a lot of books. And so we were like, we should go. So we went for the first time a couple months ago. I'm going to take a bite of this. Like I said, this is the strawberry one. Or like the Homer Simpson donut. Or it looks like the one he's always eating. It looks like the one he's always eating. That's good. That's good. So like I was saying, we didn't know it was a thing until TikTok. We went for the first time a couple months ago to one here. But like on TikTok, you know, all the ones that we were both seeing, like you go to this bag sale and these are kind of dry. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. But first, before, these are definitely kind of dry compared to like a regular donut. The regular donuts. So all the ones we both were seeing on TikTok, when people were going to these bag sales, they were allowed to bring their own tote and fill that tote up, and then have to pay however much their library was charging or whatever. So we both were like, you know, this is our first time going to one of these. Well, and neither one of us had like I have totes, but they're more like fashionable totes. You know, they're like cutesy totes. Not totes that are sturdy enough to carry a bag of books. And she didn't have any either. Or didn't have one either for that. So we went, before we went to it, we went to the Target. And we couldn't even find, we couldn't find just like a regular tote. So we found like these kind of like beach bags, but they were like very sturdy for $10 a piece. So we bought those. And then we went to this book sale. And it was at a library neither one of us had been to, further away. So we didn't know what to expect in terms of size. Excuse me. But I feel like so many of the TikToks we saw, like they have like a big collection of books to choose from for these bag sales. But the one we went to locally, it wasn't like that at all. It was, the library itself was very small. And so we like go into the, we walk in and we're like looking around like, where is it, you know? They had to point us in this direction and they were like, oh, it's in this room over there. We go in and it's like in the one of those like kind of like meeting rooms you can book. I've already to one of those. It's very, very, very small and they are squeezing like all these books in there. And basically you can just go in and there's other people there. There's probably like maximum 10 other people there. But we're all like trying to navigate through this like small conference room that has been filled with books. And it wasn't a bad experience, but it wasn't the best either. It wasn't a bad experience because it was like, you know, it's our first time. We don't know what to expect. I mean, we see what we see online, but we don't know what to expect, you know. And I just remember like everyone being on top of each other, you know. Like I remember feeling like I couldn't really take time to look at what I wanted to. I felt kind of rushed because like, you know, how like close, how on top of everyone, on top of each other we all were. It's like people are like right next to you, so like they're looking through all the books, but they're right next to you. And these aren't on shelves or anything. They're just laid out on a bunch of tables and in boxes. So you're literally trying to look through boxes while there's someone like literally, you know, trying to get around you, but it's so close that it's hard to get around you. And I just remember feeling uncomfortable and feeling rushed. And like I said, it wasn't a bad experience, but I feel like it could have been better, you know? And I mean, it was a small library, so it's like they did the best that they could with the space that they had, you know? Can't fault them for that. But yeah, so going back, we bought these totes and then we headed to that book sale and that book bag sale, whatever. And when we got there, they were like, you know, you don't bring your own bag, you have to take one of our bags. So they had a bunch of like the paper bags you get from the grocery store. None of them had handles, so it's like if you fill this book up, you have this bag up, you have to carry it like that. But they're only charging $5 a piece for a bag. So it's like, you can't beat that, right? That's a really good deal. So, since they're only charging $5 a piece, you can't complain. It's just that the options weren't really good at all. Even though it was like a regular size paper bag from the grocery store, you know, pretty big, you know. I only put like maybe 5 things in there. because the selections were just so bad, you know. Like, they weren't so bad, they just weren't of my interest. Like, nothing I was really interested in. And they had it divided by, like, subject, I guess. So, like, if you were in science or this or that, children's books. And my mom was able to find, I think, a good amount. But my mom works in therapy, so she was able to find, like, those type of books that, you know, she's interested in, amongst other things. Because, like I said, she's really into books. But me, it was like, I feel like they just didn't have a lot of options. And I wasn't looking for anything particular, you know, anything in particular. It was just whatever piqued my interest. It was just, there was nothing really, not much that did. And so, out of the things that I got one book. I got Esperanza Rising, which was a book that I used to read when I was a little girl. So I saw it and I was like, oh, I have to have it, you know, for my collection. And the rest was not books. So I forgot to mention this. They did have a small section that was like DVDs and CDs. Completely all over the place. Like, that was not organized, like, at all. So I got Esperanza Rising as a book. None of the other books piqued my interest, so I ended up going over to the DVD CD section. I ended up getting this old Hillary Duff CD that has some of the songs from when I was younger that I used to listen to when I, you know, I was a Disney kid, so like, I was a fan of hers. So this old Hillary Duff CD, I got this like Whitney Houston one that I've never seen before, but I'm like, it's Whitney Houston, you know. It has some of her like popular songs on there. And then I got Sex and the City, the movie, the first one. I recently, in the last couple of years, have become a fan of Sex and the City. I watched the show from start to finish on HBO Max. And they had took, when we were going to the sale, I remember HBO Max was saying, like, you know, this is your last chance to watch these movies, whatever, blah blah blah, in that section before they're gone and they're not going to be on HBO Max anymore. Well, the Sex and the City movies were on there. So at the same time that we went to this book sale, that was happening. And I was like, well, if HBO Max is taking off, which I was surprised by, because I'm like, Sex and the City was an HBO show, but they were taking the movies off. And I was like, I might as well get this. This is like a sign that I have to get this, because now I can watch it when I want to once HBO Max takes it off. So I got Sex and the City, the first movie. They didn't have any of the other like movies or anything else. Otherwise, if they had like the show on DVD, I would have gotten it. But now the movies are back on there, so it doesn't even matter. But I have at least one of them on DVD in case I want to watch it if they take it off here. And I also got Where the Heart Is, a copy of Where the Heart Is on DVD. You know, that's a movie that my mom more so wanted, but her bag was full, and she didn't feel like getting a whole nother bag just for that. So since my bag was so empty, she was like, squeeze this in there with yours. But that's a movie that I didn't mind anyway. I liked the movie when I was younger. So yeah, I got that too. And that's it. So I'm like, I didn't get a lot of stuff. I didn't fill my bag up. But the stuff is very, very anyway there. The selections were. But it's a smaller library, so that could be why. I don't know how big the library is for the books I'm supposed to be going to today. If I go, because we're really in the middle of kind of like a little snow blizzard right now. So I don't know if I'm going because it's not exactly by my house. But yeah, so my experience was not like how the TikTok girlies be having their experience. And you know, I mean, but at the same time, I'm like, I can't complain because I only paid $5. That's like $1 a thing, however many things I don't even know. But you know, you can't complain. And some of them is like I said, they were all connected to my childhood, like Esperanza Rising or like the Hilary Duff CD that I got. And so it's more so I got them for more so for nostalgia. Even the Whitney Houston, more so for nostalgia though, because you know these are things that I listened to growing up or enjoyed growing up, and I got them for only all of it for only $5. So you can't put a price on things like that. You know, you can't put a price on those memories, right? So yeah, they in the DVD and CD section, they had a lot of Harry Potter stuff, like old Harry Potter DVDs. It was just a lot of like random things all thrown together, and it was no organization to it. Like at least in the book section, it was like organized, like, oh, these are all science, oh, this is all children's, this is fiction, this is whatever, sports, this is that, like books about those specific topics. Whereas, and they had like little signs or pieces of paper that showed that, whereas with that it wasn't. It was literally just all over. So excuse me, so you literally had to sit there and go through every single thing to find anything good, because it wasn't organized. It wasn't like I could be like, oh, I'm looking for a pop album, let me go look through the pop section and see. No, it was just all thrown together. So but you know what? I think it's a cool thing, you know? And I appreciate that they have not just DVDs, or excuse me, not just books, that they had like the DVDs and the CDs, because of the fact that I wasn't able to find anything in the books, it's like, oh, well, let me check here. And I got lucky and I was able to find things, you know? So, and like I said, it's all for $5. You can't really complain about that. Yeah. So we'll see if I do still go to the one that is today, depending on how the snow is going. We will see. I'm hoping to get lucky with the books though. One thing that they had a lot of was Twilight. Copies of like the Twilight books. I saw that. I saw some of the like Hunger Games books. It's just like, I don't know. I already own the Twilight books, so I didn't need those. But if you didn't, and you've been a fan and you've always wanted to, but you have the money, I think this is like a good opportunity for that, you know? Because like I said, it's only $5 for a big old grocery bag of books. So you can really get those and more. But yeah, so we'll see what it brings if I go to this one today. I wish the one closer to my house, because it's a big library close to my house, but they aren't having it, because I feel like they would have a lot of good options. In terms of this Dunkin Donut, Like I said at the beginning, I'm not really a Dunkin' Donuts girl. I'm a Starbucks girl. I have been since I was little. This though is, I said at the beginning, this is good. I would get this again. I love matcha. Matcha flavored things, matcha, iced matcha. I just love it, all of it. And so I was like, when I was deciding if I want to get this or not, I'm like, I don't know, you know. But it's actually really good. And the donuts were good. These munchkins, I still have only ate like what, 3 or 4 I think. So I'm just gonna give these to my family too. But they are definitely drier. But I can't complain because I spent less than $5 for 10 of them, right? The sandwich was good. Everything was good, you know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna, I mean, I finished my donut, I finished my sandwich, and yeah, I'm full. So I think I am gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here with me. And yeah, if you have anything you want to see me eat, I am more than open to options. I am thinking about how, like, squeezing in something else, like another video. Because right now I post twice a week, but I'm thinking about like squeezing in a 3rd video a week. But I kind of wanted to do something different other than just a regular mukbang. So I don't know, if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I was thinking of like maybe, I don't know, like a cook with me type thing, and then it goes into a mukbang. So cook with me at the beginning of the video and then a mukbang. But I can't cook. So the cook with me part will be more so like you watch me or you see me experiment and trying to figure out my life before I eat it. And so yeah, so I don't know, it's just things I'm brainstorming, you know, trying to just bring different things to the channel. So yeah, if you have any ideas, let me know. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting. Thank you for all of the above. And I love you guys. And you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. Bye.